Hey guys, and welcome to my channel, Sweet Pink Home. I'm Elizabeth, and thanks so much for joining me. I do videos every Tuesdays and Thursdays. Tuesdays about mom life and intentional living, and Thursdays are about fashion because it's something that I really, really love. Anyway guys, last week I wasn't on because I had some family issues going on that I had to deal with, but this week I'm back. And so today I wanted to talk about intentional living and loving yourself, because I know that that word intentional has been kind of a catch-all phrase. Like, what do they mean by intentional? Anyway, intentional means to obviously be intentional about the purpose that you serve at the moment. And today I wanted to talk about loving yourself. And for those of you who need it, I know me especially, I need it. Loving yourself can be kind of hard sometimes. And so today I wanted to share with you 3 ways that you can intentionally love yourself and get yourself going on the right track. The first one is, that I've found to be true, is to find your purpose. What is your mission in life? What energizes you? I know for me, my purpose is to be the best mom that I can be. And I know that's kind of like boring and normal. I mean, anyone can say that. But really, if you knew my history, and I'll explain here in just a minute, you would understand why my purpose in life is to be the best mom possible. Now, I'm in no means bashing my mother. I'm just sharing you the history behind why I intentionally decided to be the best mom I could ever be in my entire life. Growing up, I didn't have the greatest relationship with my mother. In fact, I was raised mostly by my dad, and lived with my brother. But we did see my mom on the weekends. And the amazing thing is that I have learned to forgive my mother for all the things that she has done, and we've learned to really just bond and not necessarily forget those things that had happened, but definitely forgive and just move forward. And now today, I'm lucky to say that she is a wonderful, wonderful grandma, and she does well on trying to become the best mom that she can be at the present moment. So with that being said, as I became an adult, I decided that my purpose in life was to be the best mom ever, no matter what. My kids would always know that I loved them, and I would always put them first and up front in line. So that being said, number 1 on loving yourself intentionally is to define your purpose. And really, that doesn't just pertain to my kids. It pertains to how I am as a wife, how I am as a sister, a daughter, that sort of thing. But mainly my main purpose is be the best me that I can be for them, and also for myself as well, because that is very important. Don't forget about yourself. The next thing is set goals. Now, I don't know about you, but setting goals is one thing that I really struggle with. And I have been working very hard this year to just have 2 main goals. I started out with 1, but now I have 2. The first one, for me, is to be financially fit, because I'm really tired of just not being financially fit. So that's one thing that I'm really working on. That's my number 1 goal this year, as far as finances. Number 2, for me this year, is just be intentional about the way that I'm living my life in the moment. And in the moments, just the moments, not anything else. Like, for instance, yesterday, I was cleaning the house, and my youngest daughter, she needed my attention. And I thought, this is one of those moments where I just need to stop and be intentional and focus on what she needs at that moment. And then later on, I found myself extremely tired, and I had to tell my husband, hey, I need to go to bed. I'm being intentional about taking care of me as well as others. So that's my next tip. Number 2 is set goals. Number 3 kind of goes along with setting goals and defining a purpose, and that is to stay focused. I know that's an extremely hard thing to do, but if you do the first thing, define your purpose, and you set your goals, then staying focused shouldn't be that hard. So basically finding your why. Why is it that you want to, for me, why is it that I wanted to be the best mom possible? And the reason I wanted to be the best mom possible is because I wanted to leave this planet knowing that my kids were loved. That just basically comes down to pure and simple. I just want to leave this planet with my kids knowing that they were loved. And so staying focused obviously has a lot to do with knowing your purpose, setting your goals, and just, even if you fall off the bandwagon per se on your purpose or your goals, that's just one moment in time. It doesn't define the whole day. So, that being said, like for instance, the other day, I just kind of like had a terrible day. I'm not going to lie. It wasn't the greatest day. But I remembered my purpose, and that was to be the best mom possible, and my goals, that sort of thing. So I just stayed focused on that and then continued on my journey. I didn't let one little problem that I had that day define the rest of the day or the rest of the week or even the rest of the hour, even if you want to get that simple, being intentional. And then finally, number 4 is to learn from others. And I know for me, I saw a video recently with Oprah Winfrey. It's a short, little, sweet video. But she talks about filling yourself up first. And so when you fill yourself up first and you learn to love yourself and be secure in your own self, then all the other noises that come into your mind, like everybody's opinion, things that they say about you, that sort of thing, it's not going to matter because you already know in your mind, you've already filled yourself up first in your mind, knowing that you are important, that you are loved, that you are taken care of by yourself. And so, that being said, learning from others is something that I do quite often. I watch Rachel Hollis. I watch people that are very intentional in their lives and in areas in their lives that I am not yet there, and learn from them. And nowadays, we don't have an excuse. We have the internet. You can go on and Google any sort of video, watch something on YouTube, watch something on Facebook, Instagram, anything like that. Any sort of social media, you can learn from other people. If there's a new skill that you want to learn, if there's something that you're not good at and you want to learn, there are ways to simply just find it over the internet nowadays. You don't even have to go buy a book from the store, or you could just Google it. I know for me, I was terrible at cooking for the longest time, and I learned from Rachel Ray how to cook. Literally, before the internet and everything, I went and I borrowed a book from the library for Rachel Ray, and I learned how to cook. Like, I taught myself how to cook. Now, I'm by no means a professional cook, by any means, but one thing that Rachel definitely teaches you is that you could just take the simplest things and make a wonderful meal out of it. It doesn't take much. And so I was inspired by Rachel and her book. So that is my final thing, is learn from others. Just listen to what other people have to say, because we have a wealth of knowledge out there nowadays, and it's just incredible. So guys, I hope you enjoyed my short little video for today about 4 ways to intentionally love yourself. And it's very important that you do that, because in the end, when you go to bed at night, you are all that. If you're not filled up, then you can't be filled up in these other areas of your life. You just can't. It's impossible. So, you can't be filled up, and if you don't love yourself, then you just, give out insecurities and stuff. So I'm going to review the 4 things that you need to be need to do to intentionally love yourself. And that's number 1, define your purpose. Number 2, set your goals. Number 3, stay focused. And number 4, learn from others. It is so important, you guys. So important to learn to be intentional about loving yourself. Because through that is where you just become the best version of yourself. Because if you love yourself, then you can certainly love others way more. Way more. So, guys, I hope you're inspired by this. I